Twice for predictions. Rounding out my accidental Holy Trinity series, here I am with a Twice video. To say I'm excited for this album would be an understatement. So, to build on that excitement, I want to share some of my predictions and wants for the project. Heavy on the wants part. So officially, hey guys, I'm still working on the other Twice video and my 10-year anniversary special, but I want to keep the content coming for you guys, so here we are. So first things first, this video is going to be divided into a few sections. A brief overview of their past albums and my thoughts on them, then discussing my wants for the title track and pre-release, the MVs and styling, and then the rest of the album. So grab some snacks, sit back, and let's chat. Overview: Twicetagram, Eyes Wide Open, and Formula of Love. Starting off with a little context, as the name suggests, this is their 4th studio album. In Korean, that is. Taking a look at the ones before, I feel can provide a better idea for what to look forward to. So up until this point, we have 3 studio albums, with the first of them, Twicetagram, receiving a repackage in the form of Merry and Happy, adding an additional 2 songs. This album to me feels like a summary of their sound up until that point. You have some cuter songs in Likey, 24/7, and additionally Heartshaker. More retro-y sounds like Wow, Fast Forward, and Ding Dong. Some more slower songs with Turtle and Jaljayo Goodnight. Overall, a very cute, vaguely wintry album. After that, it took us 3 years, but we got a masterpiece, for the most part, with Eyes Wide Open. I'm not going to go as in-depth as I did with Twicetagram/Merry and Happy, but this album is full of hits. From the iconic I Can't Stop Me and Go Hard, to more quote-unquote different offerings in the form of Hell in Heaven, Bring It Back, and Queen, to one of my favorite songs in their entire discography, City Pop Perfection, Say Something. This album does an amazing job continuing the maturing of their concept and sound. I mean, Up No More is literally about Jihyo's struggle with insomnia. Relatable queen. This one is also special to me because it was the first full album I was a once for. It was also the first album I ever saw physically because my brother bought it. That one's mine! Oh. Johnny! Where's Mina? Mina, where are you, Mina? I can't find you, Mina. Wait.
In between Cheong and...
There you are. I am not okay. I repeat, I am not okay. I Can't Stop Me was also the first choreo I learned, and it's what got me into dancing. So needless to say, they had some very big shoes to fill in my opinion. But boy did they deliver. Their follow-up a little over a year later with Formula of Love is truly spectacular. This is a masterpiece. Scientists took a little bit of getting used to, but I love it now nonetheless. But the B-sides and pre-release is what truly makes this album stand out. The Feels, their first full English single, opened the door for them in the West. I remember hearing this on the radio and freaking out. This song also paved the way for them to include English songs on their albums. Starting with this one, we got a handful of English songs that are just as good as the Korean ones. But the standout tracks for me were definitely Icon, Last Waltz, Espresso, Rewind, and Cactus. Literally all of that list, with the exception of Icon, is back to back. Talk about bangers! But also an emotional roller coaster. And that's something else I love about this album. It's not afraid of tackling different sounds and emotions while remaining cohesive for me. This album is also special because it gave us the amazing subunit songs, Hello, Push and Pull, and 132, being Nayeon, Momo, and Chae, Sana, Jihyo, and Dahyun, and Jonghyun, Mina, and Chui, respectively. The songs are all very different from each other, but also fit the lineups perfectly in my opinion. Last thing about this album, it's super special because it was my first time seeing them in concert. I vividly remember when I found out we got tickets, to the anticipation for my first K-pop concert, to actually seeing them. This concert truly changed my life. I posted a vlog of it that I'll link in the iCard if you'd like to see. And I also recorded like 99% of the concert, and I think I still have the footage. So if you'd like me to post a full-length version of that, let me know. I also have, I believe, the entirety of their Ready to Be concert filmed, so I can also post that as well. Now, after almost 4 years, they're back with their 4th album, This Is 4. And I can't wait for it to be released. It releases on July 11th, 2025. So far, I believe what we know is that there's 14 songs. That's about it. So, that means we get to speculate. Speculation 1. Title track and pre-release. Oof, I kinda went on for a while on that first bit. Sorry about that. But anyways, as the section title implies, let's talk title track and potential pre-release. Getting the second one out of the way, I don't believe they've announced a pre-release as of me writing this, but recently we've gotten one for Formula of Love, Ready to Be, and With You. All of these being in English as well, so we can assume if we get one, it'll probably be in English. Now, as far as what I want for the song, I'm gonna need you to walk with me. So I'll dive into this a little bit deeper later, but just know I want this album to be sort of Y2K. So for this pre-release, I want a song kind of like NMIXX's Know About Me. Something infectious. It could have a repeating chorus or maybe a bit of a change up, but in like tempo or speed, not stepping fully onto NMIXX's territory. The song doesn't have to be as slow, but I'm using it more as a frame of reference for the production. Think the vocal layering, ethereal pre-chorus, and maybe a high note, but I won't be too picky. I'd also love if the song is over 3 minutes, please. As for theming, I'm kinda stumped. I want it to be more similar to Icon than One Spark or I Got You in lyrical content. Something self-referential that shows how badass they are, but from like a fan perspective, if that makes sense. Moving on to the title track. Lord, please forgive me for what I'm about to say. I was thinking kind of like Bambola by 10. You'll eventually understand my wording and why this is a big deal in a future video. I think the beat, the change up on the more vocal heavy pre-chorus versus a more spoken kind of chorus works great. I don't pretend for the song to also be in English, but that's up to them. Now, as for the lyrics, I want this song to sort of be like a mirror or sister song to the pre-release, but this time from like other idols' perspective or like towards other idols. Think their verse on Mamushi. I want them to talk about their accomplishments and all they've achieved and kind of brag about it. It's been 10 years after all, they've more than earned it. I want there to be a Momo, Dahyun, and Che rap. I want a Jungyoung chorus and bridge with a high note, the signature Nahyo vocal battle, but I want Jungyoung to join in. Or, hear me out, have Jihyo or Nayeon cover the final chorus while Jungyoung and the other one battle. Am I expecting more Jungyoung because of the teaser? Yes. Do I think it'll happen? I hope so. That's why this is speculation. So, speaking of which, speculation 2, the MVs and styling. Let's talk MVs. For the pre-release song, I don't really have that many thoughts. Maybe it can be an homage to some of their previous music videos to tie in the sort of from a fan, or should I say to a fan, perspective. It could be them watching them, or if we want to go all out, recreate some iconic scenes, all culminating with a new set and a dance section for their final chorus. For the title track, I have more of a vision. This idea purely stemmed from the teaser vid. The concept could be like impersonation / copying. So the video can start with them dressed in some way, whether that's a new outfit or one from a past music video, and throughout the video, you see other fake girl groups kind of copying the style or trying to replicate it, and it all builds up to Twice dancing in the same outfit head to toe. We could have some funky transitions and cuts between the members to make it seem like it's the same member when it's actually them shuffling around, and then towards the end they take off their wigs to signify that even them as copies can't recreate or replace Twice. This could be accompanied by different visuals to signal them being on top or something like that. I'm picturing like a pyramid of some kind, with the other girl groups dancing throughout it as it pans upwards to show Twice on top in the matching fits about to dance. I'm no music video director, but I tried. As for styling, again, I don't really have much to say for the pre-release that I haven't already said. For the title track stage outfits, I'm thinking doing a couple stages with different twin looks. The one from the teaser, maybe recreating an iconic outfit from one of the members, preferably Jungyoung or Chae to indicate potential next solo debut? I don't know. That goes for the MV as well, by the way. Maybe another stage could be their final look, the one that no one can replace Twice type of thing, you know? But again, I want Y2K. Give me matching Juicy Couture tracksuits. Give me brats. Give me futuristic-y. Give me monochromatic outfits with each member's representative color. Or maybe they all wear matching monochromatic fits in reference to the next member solo. I'm trying to give us some breadcrumbs to work with, okay? Speculation 3. The rest of the album. Now that we've discussed the title track and potential pre-release, we have 12 songs left. I'm not going to go track by track because we'd be here all day. Instead, I'm going to give you more of like a mood sampler of what I want. So previously I mentioned wanting the album to be Y2K, but if I'm being more specific, I'd love if they did some R&B. I feel like that's a genre they haven't really fully explored yet. In my vision of the album, we open with the title track followed by the pre-release. Then we get a slower song. Not like a ballad, but something just not as high energy. Something like Full Moon by Brandy. After that, I want them to pick it up a little bit with a more danceable song. Something like Replay by Twee. Now, as we're entering a little bit more of the meat of the album, I want a real Y2K type slow song. I'm thinking something like Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce. And now that it's slowing down, I want them to pull out their actual ballad. Something like Wings by Twee, but with like a high note. And now that we're depressed, bam! More energy! Something like 3 of Cups by G-Friend to really wake you up. Then to sort of replicate the back-to-back hits we got in Formula of Love, Last Waltz, Espresso, and Rewind, I'm shamelessly going to pluck One Thing, Give It To Me, and Beauty Bomb by Stacey. Now we enter the subunit songs. For this album, I'd love to switch up the lineups. So these are my 2 suggestions. First one, Nayeon, Jungyoung, and Jihyo in a vocal unit with a song like The Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica, complete with the vocal back and forth, but with the 3 of them. They could take turns singing a chorus while the other 2 duel in the back. Then they can close the song with all 3 of them singing the chorus, and also all 3 of them ad-libbing like Grant was due a week ago. Then we can have Momo, Dahyun, and Chaeyoung in a rap unit with a song something like The Real Slim Shady by Eminem. Not necessarily in the intensity or theming, but the beat and the sort of rhythm of the song. They could each have a verse with a more spoken word chorus like Hello did in Formula of Love. And lastly, but in no final order, we have Sana, Mina, and Chewy in another vocal unit. I'm thinking a more like hype song, something like Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. Something sexy, high energy to end the subunit section. My other suggestion for the lineups could be Nayeon, Sana, and Chewy, Jonghyun, Momo, Dahyun, and Jihyo, Mina, Chaeyoung, assuming we want to avoid having previous members in the same unit together. That doesn't apply to my initial suggestion because Momo and Chae were together in Hello. I don't have song suggestions for these because again, we'd be here all day. And then to end the album, I'd do something like Cheating on You by Charlie Puth. Not the lyrics, of course, but like the sound. Thematically, I'd like it to be a celebration of them. Something that says Twice is stronger than ever. Wow. Remember when I said I wasn't going to do track by track? Oh, how naive I was. Anyways. Speculation 4. Bonus. So I wanted to add this section mainly to discuss the tour. I don't know if there's been an official announcement, but I think we're all operating under the assumption that it is happening. And I, for one, couldn't be more excited. I'm manifesting Barricade or Catwalk, please God. As far as what the tour could be, I wanted to sort of be like an Eras tour to celebrate their 10 years together. Now, for the tour, I'm gonna get greedy. I want it to be a long-ass show. And Twice concerts are already long. But I'm thinking maybe title track and B-side from each mini, and maybe 2 or 3 from their full lengths. Then, I want solo stages for each of them, with maybe Jonghyun or Chae previewing a new song if we're following up with what I said previously. On top of that, I want the subunit stages from both Formula of Love and this album. If it's a time issue, we could also do 2 medleys of each 3 of the songs and have the girls sort of step into the center to perform their bit and then move to the side for the next members to take on the next stage, if that makes sense. Getting even greedier, I want at least a Misamo performance. Would I prefer this to be in addition to solo stages from the J line? Yes. But I'm also willing to accept a song, or 3, to replace their solo stages. Then, to close the show, I want them to do 1 in a Million, 2129, and the hypothetical closing track of this album. Then, we do a fake out and they leave the stage. Then they could play a video of their progress over the years while they change and rest for a few minutes, and BAM! Encore. For the encore, I want the wheel to be brought back so that they can sing some deeper cuts of their discography, including Japanese releases. I really just want an excuse to hear Dive celebrate Imperfect World live. Please, God, I need it. And then, after everything is said and done, they end the tour, go backstage, and then I cry, because it's over. So that's what I want from the album. Do I think some of it is doable? Yes. However, if I'm being realistic, I know it's less likely to go down like I suggested. But that's why this is a wanton speculation video. I never claimed this was going to be in the realm of possibility. But yeah, to close this video, I'm super excited to see what this album brings. Every time they release, it's a holiday for me, so this time will be no exception. I'll definitely do a reaction vid when it comes out, and probably a more in-depth video once I've sat with it for a while. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for making it this far. I really hope you enjoyed it. This was a different type of video than my usual commentary, and the song selection also took a while, so let me know how I did. Also tell me if you like the format itself. More speculation on the songs and concept / This could also open the door to doing a series of fixing other K-pop albums. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment. I also mentioned it in the intro, but be on the lookout for my next videos, one discussing the Twice solos and one for my 10th anniversary special. If that sounds like something you're into, please subscribe and look forward to them in the future. But regardless, thank you guys so very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click that bell icon so you're notified every time I post a video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are you most excited for? The tour, the album, the title track, the looks? Just tell me. And also, please answer my previous questions. So, remember that I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys very soon. The end of this video is just all the songs back to back, in case you kind of wanted like a more solid mood sampler, so I got you. Love you. Bye!